Hey there, Vast Dice Pops. This is the top 10 video for a buttload of free games. But first, a quick note. Some of you might have caught a video that I took down in which I talked about Monster.exe resetting your computer. Well, the developer, Sebastian Skaney, I hope I'm saying that right, actually responded, and he patched it out of the game. So you can play the game without fear. With that out of the way, let's move into this list. I've pulled out the 10 games in the collection that, to me, are standout. You may disagree, and that's perfectly fine. Everyone has their preferences. These games are all hard to compare to each other, because most of them are so wildly different, so they're not actually ranked. These are just 10 games that, to me, stand above the other 95 in the collection. So, in no particular order, except chronological, let's get to the list. Firewall is a real-time strategy game in which you defend 5 totems from being destroyed by a malicious force. You'll have to switch between 5 different points of view with the number keys to protect each totem from destruction. Shoot down the nasty little monsters in your crosshairs and see how high a score you can achieve. Rootin' Tootin' and No Shootin' is a rhythm game that puts you into the boots of an alligator cowboy who's going to clean up the town without firing a single shot. Press the right button as the prompts slide into the star to dodge the bullets of the criminals and take back the West. As a side note, the prompts use the Xbox button format, so if you're using a different controller, you might find it difficult to play. Speedy Speed Boy is a skill avoider that puts you behind the wheel of a fast car. You'll need to hop your vehicle over dirt piles, road cones, and guardrails while cruising at top speed. Build your high score as high as possible as you listen to the heart-pounding, pedal-crushing beats of high-energy music. Super Slime Slasher Ultra is a hack-and-slash game that pits you against endless waves of slimes in a combat arena. Build your chain by flattening slimes of the same color, then turn in your chain for a big reward of gold coins. You can play using either keyboard and mouse or your favorite game controller, so enter the pit and slash away. The Flame is a survival game that puts you in charge of 4 campers desperate to keep their campfire lit. You send each camper into the woods one at a time to locate more fuel for the fire. They won't find firewood every time, however, so luck does play a role, and if you find yourself out of wood and the fire is about to go out, you may have to get creative. Two Sides is a click-exploration game that puts you in the role of a housewife home alone who is alerted by a sudden crashing sound from downstairs, then finds out there is a madman loose in her house. Click to move around the environment, turn on lights, get descriptions of potentially useful objects, or acquire items. How will you respond to the imminent threat? Fight or flight? You may not have a choice. When Life Gives You Lemons is a shooter game that tasks you with defending your farm against deranged mutant lemons. Armed with your trusty pea shooter, gun down as many of the citric screwballs as possible while doing your best to avoid damage. Wiz Knight is an action survival game in which you don the robes of a wizard and fight off a limitless army of floating eyeballs. You can blast them with your glowing yellow orbs, but you can inflict major damage by using your telekinetic sword to mow down entire swaths of eyeballs at once. Keep away from the eyeballs and try to raise that high score as much as possible before you're cornered. You Can't See Everything at Once is a platformer game with a unique twist. At any given time, you can only see the platforms or yourself and the goal, but not both. The path to victory will require you to switch back and forth between these views and make well-measured jumps. Monster.exe is a single-screen vertical shooter that has just one enemy, the boss virus trying to destroy your computer system. Avoid its projectile blasts while landing your own hits on its face. Take time to charge your own energy blasts for an even bigger punch, but be warned, when you release the blast, you'll be repositioned to where your reticle is. Pick your shots judiciously and wear down its massive health bar to save your computer. Those to me are the best games out of a buttload of free games, so head on over to Steam and download it. Just be warned, there's a few games in there with some adult themes, so you may want to be careful about who you let play it. For now, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and share to help build the vast iceberg even bigger, and I'll see you guys in the next video. That will do it for this chapter. Thank you for checking out my channel. If you like my content, please tell me in the comments below, or if you have any general feedback, I'd welcome that as well. Make sure you subscribe so that you're always up to date with all of my latest gaming adventures.